gonna be around my vegetables. I'm gonna chow down my vegetables. I love you most of all, my favorite vegetable.
Hi, my name is Claire.
Hi, I'm Summer.
Hi, I'm Rebecca.
My name is Rachel Fund.
We are the Wandering Willows, Amy, Claire, Rebecca, Rachele, and Summer. Together we span the 4 time zones in the U.S. and we'll be working from home.
And we will be communicating as a group using text messages, phone, Skype, and email
To implement the ideas and the tasks that we've discussed. So everyone is assigned tasks accordingly to ensure equal collaborative efforts, and together hopefully we can come up with some very creative solutions to the wicked problem.
And decide as a team how we can approach this issue of industrial agriculture in the U.S.
We'll examine the history of the agriculture and the current problems that need solutions, and note the key reasons behind the errors, and compare scientific data to offer those solutions.
As our group is studying industrial agriculture, we can view sustainability in the environmental, social, and economical ways. Environmentally, we need to stay respectful to our earth and constantly be creating more new and effective ways to sustain our world because our resources are very limited. Socially, we must uphold and maintain as a group of humans on this earth to help further benefit other generations down the road. And environmentally, we can invest in what resources we need to become more sustainable. We believe that sustainability is environmentally, socially, and economically driven through research and visually seeing researchers test the waters.
I spent most of my childhood growing up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I experienced the urban environmental issues and especially the lack of access to fresh and nutritious food. For most of my life, I lived in a food desert and experienced the difficulty of finding fresh local produce and healthy, affordable options. This is a problem in most of our major cities in the U.S.
So we chose this problem because we recognize the damage being done in the industry, by the industry.
I believe the resources that were given to us in our lifetimes should be passed down to future generations.
Our common idea of sustainability is living a life in a way that's respectful to the environment and realizing that our resources are very limited and we have to take with caution from the earth, and also realize that life is more important than profit. We have to get back to the ways of wisdom, and to do that requires solutions, which is why we're here to collaborate and to input our ideas for change, and to hopefully teach others to be friendly consumers and live with the mantra of no waste, no harm. And the United States agricultural industry is probably one of the biggest offenders that we know of when it comes to being wasteful and harmful.
Sustainability means protecting and preserving the environment, so we can appreciate the beauty and natural resources that are granted to us for years to come. There should be a balance between restoring resources while we consume them. I am passionate about industrial agriculture because of my interests in justice and environmental issues.
Sustainability is an emerging study. Within the past 10 years, we have seen a tremendous interest in how we can create a more sustainable world. If you think about it, sustainability is used in every field out there. From how to keep business profits and companies more sustainable, all the way to how we can create a more sustainable water supply for countries with limited resources. I think it has always existed, just never had an exact definition. The actual study of sustainability is quite large, and if not narrowed down, could be vague, which is why it is important to decide why it's important to you. My interests with sustainability have more to do with our society and environmental concepts, rather than the corporate concepts. I think it's vital to go into this study with our own ideas of what sustainability means, especially considering it's such a vast topic of study. I like what Remington Dosset said about sustainability. He said preserving conditions necessary for the survival of prosperous human societies. I believe it is critical to our future generations that we begin to understand how our society is being molded and expanded. If we can have an understanding of how societies around the world are developing, we can create a more sustainable world for our kids, their kids, and so on and so on. I also have to agree with how alumni Brian McFarlow explains sustainability. He said it's a process that engages every discipline to provide dynamic solutions to complex issues. Sustainability is not a one-solution fix that only engages one party. In order to bring order to the chaos of our previous generations have caused, we must be united in the fight for creating a better, more sustainable world. There are so many problems that have been swept under the rug to be ignored for far too long. People all over the world have incredibly innovative ideas to create a stronger society and environment. We need people of all backgrounds and passions to begin brainstorming on the complex issues we have caused. Sustainability, to me, is more than just a class or an idea. It's a pathway to a better life. I, for one, am more than hopeful for what this education will bring. We can begin to start acting on change rather than just speaking on change. Which brings me to my next topic of interest, industrial agriculture. Industrial agriculture first piqued my interest when I took a sociology class. We watched an informative video about what we are doing to all of our natural resources. I'm going to locate the video and post it. However, after watching that video, we had some discussion about industrial agriculture. I learned that people were planning on tearing down the Amazon rainforest in order to create more cattle farms. I was shocked and actually angry that it had gotten so far as to disrupting natural habitats for so many exotic and endangered species. And the idea that I was 20 and just learning about it in a class was shocking, which is a big part of why our group chose this wicked problem. So many people are uneducated. Few people have any idea about what is going on in the agricultural world. It's never reported on, and that is a serious cause for concern. I believe that the first step to creating a difference is being educated and being able to educate. Another important reason to why we chose this problem is because it affects so many aspects of our world. Industrial agriculture affects our environment. The chemicals that are being released into our ecosystem is a large cause of pollution. It is poisoning the world around us. Not only is it poisoning our world, but also our bodies. Consumers are digesting too many unnecessary chemicals that can lead to major health problems, and the worst part is that we're not even aware of it. It also affects our society because placing industrial farms lowers land value and takes away income from local farms. Industrial agriculture is a massive problem with little light being shed onto it, which is a major concern for our group. However, there are many solutions to this problem, so it's fun doing research on the topic. As our research continues, I believe our knowledge and interest in this topic will grow also.
Agriculture has always been of interest to me, and recently the idea of industrial agriculture has concerned me by the ways industrialization has been approached in a negative way. I am interested in learning how industrialized our system is in the U.S. and ready to concern no more with new innovative ways to treat this wicked problem.
In conclusion, we're united on this topic because we all recognize that there is an urgent need for change within the industry of agriculture in the United States. We have to put a stop to the transnational corporations' interests as well as the U.S. government in protecting those interests and causing our local farmers to suffer or to even participate in a system that was set up for them to fail or to suffer. In doing so, they've been able to control our food industry over the last 100 years, and it's only getting worse because they don't care about the land, they care about profit. So they're depleting our lands in such a way that if they continue to do so, very soon we'll no longer be able to ever sustain ourselves using those same lands again. We all recognize this urgent need for change, and hopefully we can together collaborate and come up with resolutions towards an end to this.
Love you most of all, my favorite vegetable.